Hey, welcome back to the channel. As always, appreciate you checking out the video. Thank you so much for your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out 19, let's go. So you may have seen this clip, you may have heard by now. It's kind of funny, but I do have a bigger issue that I actually want to talk about than strictly the Whoopie Goldberg thing. Hopefully give you something a little different you haven't seen anywhere else. Diana Taurasi, as everybody knows, but well, okay, everybody doesn't know by now, but you know what I'm saying, announced her retirement. Then she went on The View, I think it was the next day. Now look, hey, credit where credit's due. One of the greatest female basketball players of all time. That's Diana Taurasi. It simply is, right? I think 20 seasons in the W, 14 all WNBA selections, 11 all-star selections, 3 championships, all-time leading scorer, partridge in a pear tree, a legend, 6-time Olympic gold medalist. And somehow, Whoopie Goldberg managed to make it all about her. Yeah, Whoopi butchered her name on national television. Now look, because I know I've done it, right? We all mess up names. So that's why I'm saying I'm not really hammering on this. I get it. But to me, what makes it funny in this situation is Whoopi Goldberg's on a major network. I mean, Disney owns ABC. She's making millions of dollars a year. You'd think someone, anyone, would have taken 5 seconds to tell her how to pronounce the name or ask. I mean, look, I don't. It's not an excuse. I'm just me. I butcher names that I even know are correct. Okay, it's one of those things. It's like I'm bad at remembering them too. When I meet somebody, I'm so focused on meeting that person and greeting that person, their name is in and out of my head like in a second. Anyway, I want to roll this clip. Because it's also, I want to talk a little bit about Whoopi's reaction when she's corrected. DT, what she said, and props to her. But then I want to talk about the larger issue here that it irks me a little, I gotta say. Here we go.
Records and delighting fans of the Phoenix Mercury, Diana Taurasi is announced.
Taurasi.
Thanks.
Taurasi.
Why don't you do it?
No, I don't want to do it.
That's like showing up to a wedding and you call the groom by the wrong name and be like, tell the priest, well, you say it then. You do it. I don't want to do it. How dare you? Because Whoopi's kind of in pouting mode here, just a little bit. She didn't like that pile on, I don't think.
Well, she announced yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you want to make it a
So go ahead.
that she is retiring or hanging up her jersey and retiring, and we get to see her now. So please give a warm welcome to Diana Taurasi.
Watch, I won't be allowed to show this because of that music playing in the background. I'll have to cut this part out.
Thank you guys for having me. Oh my. Yeah. Napolitana. She's a Neapolitan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Whippy. Whoopi.
That's the same.
Hey, man, I'm going to shout that out. You know, like I said, I try and be fair. I'm going to criticize when I think it's warranted. I'm going to praise when I think it's warranted. And that was both classy and funny. I like that. I thought Diana handled it perfectly. You give that moment. It's subtle. It's quick. People laugh. And then you can move on. So complete respect for Diana Taurasi there. By the way, if there were 2 S's, Whoopi, I think I probably would have said it your way as well. But here's the part I want to get to that annoyed me about this, because Whoopi, and we know, anyone knows enough about Whoopi, or if you watch The View or whatever, you know, and a lot of people like her, she's in this camp, talk about gender equality in terms of pay and supporting female athletes and all that, which sounds, I mean, when you put it in those words, no problem with it. But here's the problem I have. You can tell we're talking about a legend, like one of the greatest, some people call her the GOAT of women's basketball. Clearly, Whoopi doesn't actually watch, right? Doesn't actually care about the sport. She doesn't watch it. That's obvious. And it's that hypocrisy that drives me nuts because people loudly support this, right? It's a reflex because it's one of those things that sounds good, right? Equal pay. Well, yeah, who's against that? But they couldn't name any WNBA players. Ask them what team plays in their own city, and they have amnesia. I mean, it's like this. I won't play the whole thing. I don't know how much I'd even be allowed to, but this is a clip. Now, what I would love, maybe I can get hold of the guy running this channel, because I would love to see, this was done like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. So I would love to see this now and see how many people say Caitlin Clark, because he gets into the women's sport, the WNBA, about, you know, the equal pay and all that. But check out some of these answers.
Women's sports should get paid more, get more recognition. What do you guys think?
For sure, like, we deserve equality, so definitely should.
On topic of women's sports, can you name any WNBA teams?
Women's sports just like don't get as much publicity or as much attention.
Yes, we deserve equal pay. So the WNBA players deserve what the NBA makes, even though economic reality says it's actually impossible, unless, I don't know, maybe she's got all that money. Maybe she's, you know, Jeff Bezos' lady on the side. I'm kidding. Don't sue me, Jeff. But where's that money going to come from, right? And then boom, she couldn't name a team. Couldn't name a team. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to pat myself on the back. Equal pay. Who plays? I don't know.
Attention as men's sports.
What's the WNBA team that plays here in New York?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, women deserve equal pay. They do equal amounts of work.
Can you name any WNBA players?
No, I can't. I don't like sports a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
But I think you could probably name some NBA players, right?
I could, and I think that's because it's a lot more publicized.
Who's your favorite men's basketball player? Do you have a favorite basketball?
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry, okay. Do you have a favorite women's basketball player?
I forgot her name.
So do you think we should apply that to the NBA and the WNBA too?
They're both playing the same sport. Women are equal to men, so I don't see why not.
Can you name any WNBA teams or WNBA players?
The New York Liberties.
That's right, yeah.
That's about as far as I'm gonna go with WNBA.
So he was close, but that's better than anyone else has done, even though he got it wrong. But again, it's not equal work. Yes, they're both playing basketball, but this is kind of the point I get, right? Like, it's easy to say because they know. I mean, he might not even believe his own BS he's spouting, but he knows that's the correct answer. He knows it looks good to say, oh yeah, equal pay, absolutely, man. They're balling out there. But then he can't name. He named the Liberties, so I'm going to give him a little credit but then he couldn't name. That's all he could name. So he doesn't support the WNBA. He's going to tell you to make himself look good, pat himself on the back, but he doesn't act. And this is what, we're 1.5 minutes in. This is almost a 3-minute video, and it's all the same stuff. Again, the reality, all these people, all these so-called supporters, if they actually went to games, if they bought jerseys, if they watched on TV, guess what? WNBA players would be making more money. It's absolute wild. It's like someone saying, we need more bookstores in this country. I demand more bookstores. The bookstore in our town went out of business, and it's terrible. It shouldn't happen. We want them back. But they haven't read a damn book since high school. It is insane. This hypocrisy, this whole virtue signal thing, it's so huge in our society now. Again, one of the negatives, I think, with social media, right? I mean, again, first I got to go back because I don't mean to shortchange Taurasi, Diana Taurasi. I almost said it wrong there too because I'm thinking about Whoopie. I'm not shortchanging Diana. Like I said, absolute legend. But this whole Whoopie thing got me onto this, which irks me because these are the people, players like Diana and players like Natasha Cloud are talking about money. They're the ones that they should be upset with because if they actually supported the game instead of just trying to make themselves look good and pat themselves on the back for, oh, look at me, I'm such a wonderful person because I said that they deserve the same. If they actually supported it, there'd be enough people where the WNBA players can make more money. You want equal pay? Support the product. Go to the games, buy the jerseys, watch the games on TV, know the damn name of the team in your city. I mean, it is absolutely wild. I mean, it's just, I'll show you a couple more clips and then I'll wrap this
Can you
up.
name at least like any players, any WNBA players?
Damn, and I know one off the top of the head. It's not gonna come off.
You know any and
You
WNBA
notice real quick, the other lady who knows Steph Curry, she knows one too. She knows her favorite, but can't name her. He knows one, but he can't name her.
players?
No, I really don't.
So she had that very smug look on her face. Yes, of course, equal pay. They deserve it. Can't name a team, can't name a player.
I mean, like, I know their faces, but I'm terrible with names.
And there's another excuse, right? Oh, yeah, well, hey, man, I know that. I can't name a team. I can't name a single player, but I know them. Like, if I saw them, I mean, I know them. I just got a memory issue.
What about you? Can you name any of them?
I could either. I'm just as bad. I have terrible memory, so.
Terrible memory. Isn't that amazing how they both have a terrible memory? They spout off the virtue signal. Then when they get called on it to prove that they just don't support it, it's always got to be somebody else.
About the WNBA team that plays here, are you guys New Yorkers?
I am a New Yorker, but I didn't even know.
And the Liberty.
A New Yorker, players should get equal pay, doesn't even know they have a team.
Plays.
NYC, right?
Great.
Yeah.
So can you name 5 more teams?
Oh, I don't know.
Your favorite men's basketball player?
I think Shaq is really funny.
Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Someone on the Utah's women's basketball team. We're from Connecticut.
So you guys can name one NBA player.
So anyway, it's the same thing over and over like that. Now look, here's the thing. It's already happening organically with players like Caitlin Clark, right? Because people are actually tuning in. That's why you're getting any discussion at all about this CBA. Oh, man, but they continue to spew lies about Caitlin Clark fans, even though they're the only ones actually supporting women's basketball at the professional level. Any increase in viewership or ticket sales to non-Caitlin Clark games this past year is coming from, at least the majority is coming from Caitlin Clark fans. Here is an idea. I have an idea for all of these people. Stop pretending to care just so you can pat yourself on the back and tell yourself how wonderful you are. If you aren't actually supporting the sport and these athletes, how dare you suggest others do it or that the players magically get money that isn't available? Go to a game, turn on the TV, go buy a jersey, find out if there's an actual team in your city, be able to name a player. Man, look, anyway, DT, absolute legend. I hope she has a wonderful retirement. I don't know if she's got something lined up or she says, you know what, I'm just going to chill out. Either way, absolute legend. Whoopi obviously was a mess, again, showing the fake support for women's sports and what a problem it is. Again, you want these athletes to get paid more. Put your money where your mouth is. It's Taurasi, Whoopi, just saying. And then, hey, in the comments for the next video when I mess up someone's name, you can let me know. But don't also forget, I actually watch games. So, hey, I do support women's sports, unlike Whoopi Goldberg. I said Whoopi. Oh, DT, you're killing me. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for checking this out. Appreciate it. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.